chama nkobi no so man nkobi yam ne tena krom ha na nka mo ko ekwan nka mo mre ye mo mre se maka kire nso on de baby ohye no won fa hwea makwa na ya potro won fa hwea makra no na ya potro because obansa pan ya be sign no obesa kobiem na okofa ya mra de abre ana mo ne me nya adwen
yeah no ya adwen
mo ne me ya adwen se ku na me ye muta akire yeah fiko so on me ya adwen
se dia Congo for dia no me kunku ye ni na
so ku no se mu nya muta akire because ya tena ma bakon akɔhɛ ya aba manfa hwe ama obansa pan oba no be chechi aye yakwa ba o ye yakwa ba o ye bakon so de se aso no ko ase adan ase kefu aka no ana oni me yare
yeah say China ho no say COVID-19 asa
omo emergency den
state of
emergency nti hwe a ye manje waka dem o nti no obeti go pa no enu aye care say emergency tiro well wetimi an cost ko tohwe ama entimi nya duma sa nti still ko so di bi ba
even with the lockdown you still go out to purchase groceries and stuff
and the manager say uti a wasuma na ka be bia ma mo se emfa agenda we di emfa nti no maba mo me enko our lady the Holy Virgin Mary is here and ohima team there
like is that my new name
your new name nickname no say afu edie
I don't want giving me the name
media mo awie me na media ma o nti uni hweka media mo awie ana ompe
mempe
ompe Yesu mame
it's a huge responsibility
nti wo ntimi nye wo ntimi nye ka
is it part of your business before with what you are doing okay so let's go straight to the point what we are here for so you are actually
there's a udwane Christian there's a ompe Yesu mame okay any me we did you know me ohima are you ready are you ready let's go.
I said 2025 where some people have person much change and there's a sun the Santa
uba kutiana
mambo 2025 we are all putting on positive attire positive uniforms vibe. But some people the negativity now to chrome
say you na you call no positive enye de won lie no enye de ana rock was say eno no enye no
so with that said no 2025 asem na meka na nye DJQ asem nkwa na meka it also goes to Medo Okahubi and it also goes to Councillor Lutrot also. He claims he started this year, should I say, on a more enticing note or something. He claims that men who rush home after work have mental issues. I say Bema worry for dear. Why should you rush home the moment you close from work? It is upon 6 o'clock, upon 5 o'clock, upon 4 o'clock. You shouldn't rush home that very moment to go be with your family, but rather you should go out and explore. You should go out and engage in activities. Now I wanted to ask, which kind of activities are you engaging in? It's not a weekend. If it's a weekend, fine, because weekend after close of the day, which is Friday, you go out, yes, you hang out with friends and other people. But as a married man, from Monday to Friday, why should you not go home the moment you close from it? He claims that when you're a married man and you do that, you have mental issues. And the only most important thing a married man is supposed to do is cater for the family, provide food and provide shelter. When you're able to do these two things, then so DJ Q, I'll start with you. You being a man, definitely you get married one day. If you're not, you get married to our lady. So what do you have to say about it? Do you think Nansa womb? Do you think excuse me to say Biana Nyansa Sembi and all can I say be video
it's a video
yes young call video.
Open Juma Okofie. Now Okofie, are you going to breastfeed or going to do babysitting? Bisa who saw no you transit 10 minutes at then amoka. When you are on your phones and you are watching TV, on your TV, so now more share Mark Brown, oh dear sir, only say you about where crank TV so now more share. The fact that we're watching TV together doesn't mean you're having anything together. Can you
family time?
There's nothing called family time. We should stop those useless statements. And if you spend time with the children will know you. I don't need to spend time with my children for them to know me. They carry my DNA. What do you mean by that? Come and sing for them to sleep. Are you okay? Me na kwa biti studio.
I want to know my obada.
Oh, enyombe. Ya enyombe.
Kofi do.
Olupe bo
na me nedi.
Bo wo. There you no go sleep. Me I give you bed. I give you shelter. I've given you food to eat. I've provided everything. I should also stop what I'm doing to come and put you to sleep.
I will do like what kind of bedroom story?
What story?
Bedroom story.
Bedroom.
Okay, and DJ Q, so I would say, now, you be saying now you have to go home and spend time with your children or your kids. He made the comment. I was like, hey, is this man for real? Say, is he the one supposed to go and take care of the kids? And I said, you know, there's something we call bedtime stories.
Yeah.
He's asking if he's a teacher, if the one supposed to read bedtime stories to the kids and all that. So DJ Q.
Okay, see. The last time I said this man, you're sure so or
you're okay.
Or your counselor there.
He's a reverend also.
Reverend.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Also, the last time we'll be making some comment to be said. Anka before be my ya to so na obeko parliament no. Anka you hwe wa dream answer. Ansa na mo akwata parliament wo. I say because we pain, utu nkofofo, onkasasa. Nkofo ba won chen, awale fo ba won chen be gi advice. Obi tuko timi ba won chen be ka cho say mi kun na fie. Me kun mafie ma wutumi tu ne fo nti wa wo kura no sakati ni pa ne se opon e mani nkofie a de adwe na wo kan se wo kan sisi a de minim ni opese o che sisi a the best place to be wa pon adwuma se obekofie akɔhwɛ wo yire ne wo ma na se me ko waste time abonta kwatam na fofo nchen abla me yire ne ma wo fie no de nyansa ne okura ne wo de na de kura so apon kofie o ra hye kofie akɔ yire ne wo ma nchen no akɔdidi makofa mo ho adwen. Also, so many BM because you are some things go hands or can me entias you. Most of like most of the things also can. We both make sense. You both have me I saw obetete me tias here. O ma me reason to all cancer. Say obi a wokofia like e bia ehu hia. O yire no e wo fi nti o pe say oba ni taking responsibility ni na. Enkura ne hwemu even though unye teacher ni. By bed the crumpo say oba di homework aba say oh, daddy, help me do my homework. I have faith. Into the one no koye oba homework in famana. Oba ne nkoye. Ukotena bonte sa no wakɔbɔ sram. Why se kontom na haban no. No wasa kofie. Okwa na nkura no. Adeda. Nkura ni hu. Ebe na nkura koye odokra dia ma. We na ka ho na papa fo no edu fathers dia no musu no. We na ka ho. Because obema mame no ateki nkola responsibility ni na akugu mame no so. So we sika kwato na akwa no hu se wo no yi sika no because ma me na de be ma no
yeah true
obo so ma tin akwa adwuma wa pon so ba fie no wo se me kwotena kwankwan nua ase na me ne boys nko rensa nyansa be ne wom abra wo yiri no ma wo fie papa we di o se agina license finish so o license pa so mo di finish me de no kwani ba ko pe so mo di because most of the things no so kan aso o de ntawata wa ba waliem toto because who can we ato awali for trima then na oka obi kwa no opekwankwa nyo onkofie kwampo biem obi peko onkofie mpo biem no wasa so kan we atre no ba nyem de meka ne say so ope bi papa a spend time a ayi wabusu so waware a ayi wabunwale dia fine.
I even feel, sorry to interrupt, I even feel with what he said, I think we have to link it to people who do not have peace in their homes. Even the Bible itself said, as a man, you have to marry a virtuous woman, a woman who gives you peace. Because it's better you don't marry her crowd than to be at the corner of your room and be crying and all that. Now I feel so I wouldn't justify what he's saying, but I feel so he's saying that in favor of people who do not have peace.
So only peace will fear. Before because say bia metna bonten because what na only oyire ko. Na so betna bonten a. Abonten na woten no na ensiesie peace will fear.
Yeah.
Solve it and so akotena bonten. Betin oba na akotena bonten. Asunjo be fear ejomi enum so. Nti be say bia me fa say sister Debbie otu empese mo wale ni ya wale na se yakon a na se ma pon adwuma se sia me pon 10 me am me won se me pon 10 ma pon 10 ma sa kwotna bonten 2 hours a se be se 12 na ko fie o na te woni Debbie okun a sa 12 na wo ko fie so wo kwa kwada wo ko no ada e be ni mo siesie asem na wo fie no e be no ko siesie asem na wo fie no nti there something man say these people now omu tufo no look up to them no any kwa some beka
Okay.
because spending time with your children and your wife no the best thing to me woda but most of the times we hwe say do weekends na obi aso ne man so no ko beach ayefe on na yere ne mama tete wo munyina mo dining bo mo te dining table mo dining bo ma aya na yefe what you say Papa we you see a journalist finish so could be party when also or the reverend.
Yeah, he's a reverend.
Okay, say you say your reverend doctor yeah you memo so reverend here title be to faton we say come me din be san mo fa me reverend doctor DJQ
Reverend Dr. DJ Yati you betro
Montronto
I would say not every motivational speaker or counselor is knowledgeable enough to give an advice or a counsel, and even if they give a counsel or an advice, it's up to you whether you take it or not. But personally, I would say that what this man said does not sit well with me, because see, it is a whole joy or a whole mood of excitement when as a little child you know that your dad is going home and then he will be coming back, say 6 p.m. in the evening. Like you are waiting, especially if your dad is the type that comes home with toffee, biscuits, and a whole mood. Like you are so happy because you want to meet a dad. See, family is not about mother and children or father and children. It's the mother, the father, and then the children making up the whole family. And so if one person is excluded, it makes the family not complete. And so if you are saying that as a man, you are actually like taking your responsibility, like making sure that you provide everything at home. And so when you close at work, say at 5, what should you go home to do? Like, why will you say that? Going home alone with your children seeing you, like, it's a whole satisfaction. They are happy. Your wife is happy you are back home. The children are happy that their dad is back home. You see, when you see people that has the joy of a father or a fatherly love, there is a clear difference between children who has fatherly love and then children who does not have fatherly love at all. Like they just wake up in the morning, they see money down, like money on the table or television with a note. You just pick the money. You see your dad like Saturdays. Even these parents are not people that actually wants to go to work and then come home late, but there are people that because of their work schedules, some of them goes to work as early as 4 a.m. at dawn, and then they come back say 12, and then the kids are asleep, and then they have to wake up the next day 4 a.m. And so most of these kids do not actually have time like to see their dad. They don't have time to sit with him and then have fun with him. They only get to know them weekend, and it doesn't help because you also contribute to the building up and then the making of the child. You teach the child moral ways and stuffs. And so when you are saying that as a dad, when you close at 5, go out and chill for what reason? What are you going to chill for? Once you have children at home, you have a family at home to go to. Like you see, every dad goes home when there is peace of mind, there is happiness, there is joy. And so you don't say this kind of things into ears of people. We have people that immediately they hear something, like they just work on it without thinking. And then we have people that when they hear, they have to analyze it. And so as a respected counselor, you don't sit on a national television and you speak those kind of words. It's not right. You don't say that. It's totally off for me. Because as a dad, dear, you play a major role in the life of your children, in as much as the woman also have her role to play. But then when both of you come together, the children feel like, yes, like they actually have should I say, a shelter around them or a protection around them. But when you keep staying in town and stuff, see, children as little as they are wise enough for your actions alone even communicate to them. They know what is going on. And so in the mind of the child, he or she feels like the dad doesn't care, they doesn't care about them or their personal well-being, or like their personal well-being and all stuffs. Unless for a woman that is good enough that will actually say that, oh, because of the work of your dad, that and that's why he's actually not having time with you. But then it's a whole, like, it's a total no for me. As a father, as a husband, when you close at work at 5, make sure, even if you will be late, I know maybe, let's take Accra for instance, traffic and stuff, someone working at Circle or Achimota, and the person has to take a vehicle through Circle. Just imagine 5 a.m. at Circle, you know, even, especially let's say the person stays at Kaswa, getting a Kaswa vehicle at Circle at 5 a.m. is very difficult. And so that kind of person, you can actually like bear with the person that with the traffic. Even with that, you know, let's say roughly by 7 he's in the house, so it's understandable. But then you going to work at early as 5 a.m. and then you know your wife is aware that you'll be coming home as early, even if it is late, class late as 7 p.m. you are in the house, and then you stay out 12 midnight 1. What are you doing there? You are chilling with people, you are moving out with friends who do not have family, they don't have anything to think about, no stress or whatever, and you are following them. What's your family? Neglecting your family. You also like play a major role in the life of your children. And so to me, to fathers or I don't know, fathers or people aspiring to become a father in the future, I don't think this is a good advice to pocket it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's our next story. Otumfuo Under Fire for being a hypocrite. I'm not the one saying he's a hypocrite. DJ Q. Reverend Dr. DJ.
Thank you.
Okay, so a Ghanaian social media user has named Otumfuo Under Fire as being hypocrite, as he didn't speak up after NPP. I don't even know what I'm saying, so let me read it like this.
Try and know what you are saying.
What's it there?
I should
try and know what I'm saying. So a social media user has slammed, as I said, Ashanti Otumfuo Under II for his comments on not trusting politicians to develop his region. The Ashanti made these remarks during a meeting with World Bank officials calling for a direct deal to develop the region. And in the Krakran they say, with the World Bank officials, and they were supposed to meet with the politicians or whatsoever to talk on deals on dealing or providing projects, developmental projects for the Ashanti region. But according to Osei, he doesn't trust the politicians, and this is with his statements. I don't know why when sometimes celebrities or big people out there, they make a comment, it's like de bata politics. Every comment they make de bata politics. So either NPP and say NDC. When a social media user and say what Asante is doing, he's been a hypocrite, because when NPP was in power, he didn't speak up. But why then are you speaking up now that NDC is in power? So we have a video.
What's the end? You cannot depend on the government. Now government no bad that you won't depend on the government. Government no bad that you won't depend on the government. NPP are buying food. We go to me that depend on NPP are buying. Kwagudia. NPP are more food. We go to me depending on a Kufuado. Amamu. Since you are more to a banner new government, you politics or neighbor, you cannot depend on the government. What we depend on the government? Two for the Ghana, Kwagudia. Two for the Ghana. Say what trust you say, a buyer also saw some who didn't say, no, I buy the call. What was that about now? Have no more chance, no more corono. What was that about now? Have we never see come free by beer? Sapra government jet now for the ultimate fact. Just says, I used to so now, way and Wakana wouldn't be the beam. Just say that you cannot depend on the government. Government, you're the new government. Said you know wasn't an end, now soon to depend on one. You're the new one. I didn't say we now will tell you the new one. The Baba said you cannot depend on the government. Two free Ghana. So, oh, number 2 free Ghana. Yes, I cannot depend on the government, but NPP party there, we not get to depend on them.
Okay, so Sister Debbie, I'll start with you again. So I started with DJ Q. Until Baba need to Amayana, you have to ask.
Okay, so well, for me, with what he said, there is nothing wrong with that. But then, I would say he made the right comments at the wrong time, because when Akufo-Addo was in power, he has been visited there, like the Ashanti region, for numerous times. Even if he doesn't go, he sent a representative, and anytime they go there, either for a transaction or maybe an occasion, but then when they get there, they also talk about the development of the Ashanti region or things they can actually help to develop the Ashanti region. And I've not seen Otumfuo saying anything like that, saying that, oh yes, you are the president, you've been doing a lot, maybe you are actually doing a lot in the Ashanti region for us, but this time around we don't trust you, or we don't trust your process. And so if you want to help the Ashanti region develop, or you want to help us, then we are going to get you a representative from the Ashanti region to actually, I mean, as you said, contract, so that they will help develop. Why will you make this comment when there is a new government in power? When NPP was in power, you never. I'm not trying to cite any political party, because when I started, I said that there is nothing wrong with that, because trust me, no politician is to be trusted. For me, I believe they are the same people, unless the person you believe that is able or is competent enough execute his activities for you to know, or for you to compare that particular government to the previous government to know whether the current government is good or the previous government is better than the current government. But then you did not actually make such comments. Was since Akufo-Addo has been going to the Ashanti region, or since they have been sending a representative, or since I mean, like, should I say NGO or people from the United States who actually come to this country to negotiate with us or help develop some part of the country. I've not seen him making such comments. But you waiting, and so for me, I believe he's trying. No, let me put it this way: is he trying to say that he doesn't trust the current government? He doesn't trust the current government, and so if they want to negotiate with them or to help them develop the region, then they are supposed to get a representative from the Ashanti region. If that's what he's saying, then every region in this country is also supposed to get a representative for the region that will actually go into a negotiation with whoever comes in to help them. And for me, sincerely speaking, it doesn't really make sense in a way. But when you say that, it actually means you don't trust the current government, and as if the current government is incompetent enough, even though he's in power not quite long. And so what he's saying, he's actually making the right point, but at the wrong time. Was what you are saying right now, you are trying to say that Mohammed's government is incompetent, but Akufo-Addo came into power. See, and trust me, at times I do think about certain things. He's in the Ashanti region. I'm not saying he's into any political party, but since Akufo-Addo has been in power with all things that have been going on, he speaks. I've never seen him speaking or going directly to the point or telling him, yes, we know you are our people, and we know you are the president of Ghana. But see, this you are doing is wrong. Do it this way. Maybe he has done. I stand to be corrected. Maybe he has done it and I haven't seen it. But what I'm saying right now is that he's trying to, should I say, insinuate that the current government is incompetent and that they can't trust them. But we've also seen previous governments come into power, and then upon all the promises they even promised the people of the Ashanti land, the richest region in Ghana, or because they have all the resources, the gold and stuff there, but still there is nothing to point. Even they themselves have testified to the fact that the NPP government has not actually done or developed any project there that they can actually pinpoint to say that when this Akufo-Addo was in government, this is what they have done for them. And so, like, proudly, appreciate him on that. And so this is just something very mad that they are coming to help you. So for me, I think that the way he should have gone was to just accept it, and then like just look for it to see how it will go, like how they are going to go about it. But you saying that you don't trust politicians, for me, it's not that he doesn't trust politicians, but he actually doesn't trust the NDC government. And I might side the person that he's in a way, I'm not the one saying it, in a way a hypocrite. In a way.
What's a cocoson?
Which you know when you will be in your agenda.
But I was even brave. It's all my queen.
Blasto.
I was saying, if any, so about boy. Oh, I don't see anything wrong with that. Otumfuo coming name near. Bibi Bonnie Bia, I found because me am TA. So I so be politician dia. Maybe I want to have woman see and count too. Because we know what these people have been doing. 2016. What she been on one share. O manu de. Yet is council so ye bre. Then no manka. And so mobile you hu ye. Says he can't pa no. Only some few people were enjoying. No too for kind no me sure say sanka World Bank for ne ban na ku fa abre so a anka there's no way a obe pre say yem fa sika no come aban say aban na meye bibi wo Ashanti region because NPP government no enye hwe Ashanti region and there's no way a Otumfuo ka say yem fa sika no come NPP aban so meye development was Ashanti region omo ba NDC abre so eno no so no watena akunya so ache watena akunya so o tse akunya so na Akufo-Addo nka so oba be pre 99 ton ye di mesi akunya so omampanyi bia ba bia no nim se ne omode mote e wa Ashanti region ho nti o kan we ya on kan bi boni bia ebi a time na o kan na ebi a one kan ye tin because of sanka MPP wona so ko kan so anka de na nka meka o di fa sanka MPP ne wo na ko kan sa se we anka de na nka meka
sanka na ye twen sanka MPP wo hwe
na World Bank fon so hu se se omo ba sisi omo ba MPP abre so anka sika no be di nti omo ma MPP abre so omo ba NDC abre so no mo bae no mo kɔ ne ho so mo se politician for ho ano man kɔ Flaster House o mo kɔ banhia e kɔ hie ono mom kɔ so mo se o musika no mo de ba e kɔ di ka nkɔfo kakra mi sa nyoma no so kɔ mo de no mo mfa nye ase FIFA e di sika ba se ye fa mesisi Ghana football sika be na FIFA mfa maaye enso no die fefo we ka twa se o mo di sika ni siesie prampram mo sa ye fa o mo di sika ni siesie ho enso prampram ho no o mo siesie ho no eye aban ni siesie ho covid buy no na omo do omo nyansa this kede ho e ho koma aban se o aban se covid aba na opo bi di nkofo gu a ene ye de prampram ye de ho ma ayi na unko siesie ho na onfa nkrofo nkogu ho na aban ko siesie ho kama enso de bi efefo se sika na FIFA afọ de ba no omo ni siesie ho enso hu ade omo di sika ne ye what I say etu ni mi hu ade bi ewo we mu a o se lady no oro ba na kansa asem kwa asem na
yeah
a wo Otumfuo din edin a je say yambo ni biem
I say the hair kwakudua
look at that omu ade ohun na so we ye from chance ye dwodowa
facha no
obeka media ni asem I say social media na aba no e ma ayi preko bia timi sore ohun abeka fon trempanyimfo bia keke e dan ye to aba wie hwe small girl bia wo mahama bakro ho ye fese ho ne bage ono fari down kama no frɛ papa ni dwan because of politics ufen so you join. You see this country no see a kasa. Or see a di yansan tom because this is a fro say. Ye the Ghana show on sa. Oh bepo. I didn't be any with him. But because of phone iPhone Emma o dream yet me to be ntino. Unya so si woni ma because of open likes. Open a followers ntino. Ubi wano na o kan kwasi asem e de tie mpanyimfo. You see yan kasa sa. Asem o kan ba dwuma ye beti ase. Even kings na wo krom ha no. E bebre na e pere se ankom betime control omo ankasa omo baby omo wono. I feel say ohina wo krom ha. Say ye de ni kro ni hye sa say on siesie ho a anka enyende a enye aban na obesi anka enyende de because before obeka sa aban emeyi mo obepachew before bedu akwan no baby be fa kwan no I say you election o ma be ye kwan na ma wo de hwe region say wo krom ha almost 16 bia enko ahina abanya ba o matimi a develop wo baby kakra bi wo be ka say wo be yi kumase wo be ye bia Greater Accra ha o mo ye overhead ne bad pass yi o so o mo ye bi wo krom ho voter region so mo ye bi ho what so mo ye overhead bi wo krom ho what is that o mo ye wo hefa enye poku ase ne Accra ha ya ne wo ntanka wo hene no sanko nya se ono ankasa e develop ni krom a sika bi aba na so ka se ma mfa nkoma aban mo mfa ma me ankasa we nso ye politics we nye politics asmo kan nya se ne ye beti ase disa mimiti e se World Bank for ba me nchen ka me se o ye bre osika me nkasa mo mfa nkoma me ma me abra mo fa me sem
oh yeah, that's true.
Ana wo beka say ya makoma o mame ana ya makoma papa.
But what you said, it brings me to young collaboration. Say when a visitor comes to visit,
ya choska ya difu nsem ya difu nsem
yeah,
o saka
that is where the trust issues started.
Good. There's no way obeje aban bi adi even no mahama ya wo trust kakra o so obetuma se Ghana ba onya nyankopon o ye den kra na obe felie kakra akufo ado nti minim ne wasi nsem de e wonkofo ano 2016 e bobe no manhye ne ka sanka Ghana de anka bedum ne bi no wonam krampo na anka obe fly away obe fly anka wonante fom anka wonante kwa na mfutu kompo ma na ho ba ene epa bei me ampanka me pe hanky ba mato hanky by force.
I believe
I can fly. You see, I believe I can fly.
Okay, into DJ Q timing to know
yeah,
the story we made Patunya Butcher. What the story we ever to us on me. Why you ready? Mami
we now the story number. Why I say? Into no because of social media you say be kasa. You say be kasa because ba dream be na open at the papa ko ni kuro mu no. Obe say asema papa ne kan no. Ayasem papa but who foolish girl where you be did you too for them?
Yeah, DJ Q made us say. Okay, so to our last story for today.
Oh, my men kasa.
So for our last story for today, Sarkodie rap icon, Ghanaian rap icon Sarkodie, he's also in the hot soup, hot stew, and hot whatever. I remember last week, late last week, he did a tweet saying we are going back to eating gari like
back
we
to
never
back
to gari soakings like we never left. When I was saying Otumfuo story, I said I do not know why most Ghanaians associate celebrities post to politics. Say ebia obi baba beka bibi just Ghana for bepa kwan no maka say no way dear nipe opese o chese NDC abasu yenye NPP wasu ye ne blah 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 and all that. Until when a young Ghanaian TikToker also told Sarkodie say if you kept quiet for all these years, 8 years, now for NDC Aba government and you are trying to tell us, say MPP, indirectly MPP is more better than NDC, then we would also show you say Gen Zs are very disrespectful. Now me kind will say yes, say Gen Zs for your time we trim to say almost say Gens better and I was so and I know Gens better. Oh, and they watch it. Gens better. Kolebi ebe wono. This 2025, but me a Gens better. And to DJ Rock, me patron my video no.
back to Gary so things like we never left. Saturday, were we eating pizza before? Was it pizza we were eating before? See, let me tell you, this time round, if you try that your thing, we the Gen Zs that don't respect you, we are the ones who use your face to do floor. I'm telling you, because we will not sit for that. We will not stand for that. We will not lie for that. Okay? If you try that your thing that you did 8 years ago, for the past 8 years, no one has heard of you. Keep being in ghost mood. Otherwise, you a back tobu. I'm telling you, say back to Gary so things like we never left. Nigga, don't try us, okay? Don't try it. Mega will. I don't blame you. I blame EL for giving you that you go kill me hate. Ewes and Kasa, we have a very good heart. Let me tell you, this time round, if you try that your thing, we the Gen Zs that don't respect you, we are the ones who use your face to do floor. I'm telling you, because we will not sit for that. We will not stand for that. We will not lie for that. Okay? If you try that your thing that you did 8 years ago, for the past 8 years, no one has heard of you. Keep being in ghost mood. Otherwise, you a back tobu. I'm telling you, say back to Gary so things like we never left. Nigga, don't try us, okay? Don't try it. Mega will. I don't blame you. I blame EL for giving you that you go kill me hate. Ewes and Kasa, we have a very good heart. And Kawusa for the hey, don't try it. Kabute the local champion. Don't try it.
Ebe mega wonu ma.
I don't know.
What do you know? Okay, into DJ Q so TB. Into okay we are now my last words.
But it's not what I say. I didn't know. You used to this celebrities no more post. They batter politics. Because
if someone is just writing it for writing.
There are some writings just for writing. But just because of near see when many beam tino. You come her 2016. We see you human sa kwa boy. Dum so inflation was then obohonyom e wo krom ha. We see but this government we buy a lot of things e cost so mahama bro so so obi a campaign ma abanka say soldier fon kwhwe mo da. So won bi da. But this government na na kufa do aban mu no. You see say ukoye friends demonstration yet me ti otum e remind you e kun krofo man ko ye bon krofo da un se sakọ de bonyom da wa monyom wa mowa ko so fi say ne na kufa de the best thing into so so dun so bae o mo ka tie say dun so no fort into mu dun no o ma fix ba mahama bre so de wa kama mahama bre so de na no de national disaster mahama bre so no na national disaster dun so na national disaster okroma sa ko dia wo kan se bebre e bo papa ya chi bonatman afa Ghana fa so ko ton abama na ba o si we are back to Gary showcase na those days no na edi pizza ana na edi de e kom ba krom ha no o mo de ko share covid no wan tonyo even inkofo ya bo nkofo okwan ho no demonstration for ya bo mo on se sa ko de treat say freedom da won hu bisada I think said the only artist or born Stone Boy greedy men Obama galamsey giving galamsey crown who say sakode kasafa galamsey onda wan kasa mfa ho because of who say oh ma buy na aba no masa meka NPP ni sakode NPP ni se wontimi nkasa me pesa kasem dodo me masa ba wo yad na senya o si ye kan me say sa treat we nya say bia or treat it for just for fun. Me said this because me said these people no. Or much that year no maybe just for people to talk about them. Why I say? Because who a industry man who himself no material that. I say because from last week na nkofo cancer. But there are some things here. Enu kwa say wo say akodi no do ho ba ejije because o kan be di watem. Enu kre because in the 2016 we utwa mahama adapa physically, spiritually, mentally, what the young. Someone to say papa doom so sakona for more light. No. Nti na mo bedem ane. I wish more light. No. Nti na so bedem an. Kumasi for more light. No. Nti na mo bedem ane. Nti na mo osuo.
Rapio.
O nti na mo osuo. Dabi nti beduane. No. Sa kwade e. O kan out nti na obedidi. Wo oye sa we na nti anka Ghana for expect say anka na na so buy na enko yie no they were expecting you say maybe we be release a yumbi o dey say we release cramp o dey o mo say inflation kwa na o mo so a because mahama bros na you 4 cedi ahe 4 cedi 20 50 pesos bisa no o bonyon edit ya say inflation na kosoro
4 cedis 3 cedis 2 cedis and 3
you see o din na bonyon but etimi koya edumne bi na $1 edu 20 cedi $1 20 cedi e ba ya bedu 17 18 one more ba fe mahama ba ya dia back to Gary Sokis ya paya dia ye bedi so umpe Gary Sokis
kivu kran
media mem milk uko school ye bibi ya fe raw popo body house be say body house for body Gary shit no and ye me cho Gary shit no say dey no
Gary
shit no oh let us see na Gary no for Gary na it has be see wiem and all be see finance na keki and udia na team o wiem no so wada
to take you the whole day
uhia hwe wiem and Gary Sokins ne so no e bia woni nkate woni milk bia ho ni do bia ho raw popo and no bo no ni sugar no na ote ho ye pe Sokins a so woni wonya pizza do pizza woni wonya wo burger do burger na ye Sokins ni sa
di me burger
sa fu we di obia obetsa mahama no masa ye be tu amana di wa hyem utra mahama hwe ye wo ha o ye nim nkofo mu ye din o man kasa o man mo wa goto mu said NPP government no good better or can say
good better best
may I dey
never rest
good cause nti mo ankasa unto say west na ba mo ma enjoy ye can you west ni Jay-Z o me ade let me conclude and finish everything girl no or case Otumfuo na dwun for
me. Say news about 5:30 over bonies.
Oh na say news ni ebo.
Yeah.
I say me ko em de. Me mo yu bi. Into no. You see the yam case impanfo him. Even yenya freedom of speech. It me kasa, it me bibia, ya nchi wontum. But na ko fado bai o kasa so kasa it me ti utum.
Yeah.
What I say? Obi kasa panyin yantete wo sa. Mema social media because of fame, because of likes, because of we kakra obenye ntino enkodi di panyin bi atem obetimi awo na ko di panyin bi atem because of fame, likes keke na ye den Otumfuo ye panyin sen so boni din na kokudua aso bi ni chiri ba na kokudua na wo su ka se mahama na ni so odwan a on fele kura ya titi wo fie na unim yansa o ma menno papa nim yansa o tun ko di panyin bi atem committee ye tire me di panyin bi atem ntun ko di panyin bi atem just because of fame ti uria ena me pamo chel mo fan chel o tiri so na pampa so o be patch o pa wan chel uria man kasa yie kura akufado yie man kasa yie kura unim sa ebu ha eyeni nda ho ne de ye me fa fame ema and the tune ko bonimu because ene na wunya ho asotwe a data chu bunya ho asotwe
sure
ebi na ko pay dwuma bi who refi say this guy bongo's idea so
one ideas yeah
oko sa reality program ye wo GH1 nanam oh no mo de
nana ba and sewa
yeah office wa kan to ho ache omu refi ba ye tekema no empro nti o kasem to na team ko fan back no nti that's it you go pay duma we go interview na yakokas e na me no di mahama tem no adwuma no be bo e you go no go to NDC for one go to NPP for over go to NPP for one go to NDC for nti sua kasa kasa yenton ye sua yansa what a shock.
Well, I feel some celebrities associated with political parties actually say certain things because of the benefits they attract from that particular party. But we are all in this country. We can actually testify to the fact that when things were actually not going bad, and then sincerely speaking, when you compare Mahama's term to Akufo-Addo's term, things were even worse during his term that people do not talk about than Mahama's term. It was only the doomsaw. Even with the doomsaw crowd, they gave timetable. They gave timetable that maybe the whole day when the power offs in the morning 6, in the evening 6 you get the light, and they made it like so plain to the extent that you are aware. So in the morning when the light offs at 6, you know that 6 you are getting the light. But when it offs in the evening 6, you know maybe dawn 12 or maybe the next day 6, you will still get your light. But even Akufo-Addo's time that they said that there was no doom. So when the doomsaw came, that was when they were giving it big name, power outages, a lot of names.
Obisat for timetable want no kan.
Yeah, they said you should do your own timetable. You get it. And we have a lot of people who actually they got that privilege. Let me just say the privilege. And they talked a lot. They talk ill about President Mahama and his government. Sarkodie was part. A lot of media personnel. I can even mention a lot of people who actually came out to speak against Mahama and then the government. And you see, it shows how matured he is. But even with all that, as he said, we didn't even hear of any protesters being attacked, being arrested. We didn't even hear. During Mahama's time, a lot of journalists, media personnel sit on radio and then they talk ill against Mahama and his government. Some of them actually even talk straight to him, insulting him on air. And then nothing happened. But Akufo-Addo's time, I won't even go for City TV, Caleb Kuda, and Zoya or Zoya Abubedo or somebody like that. They beat them. They didn't even allow them to go scot-free just like that. And then when the guy was explaining the kind of torture he went through, you could see that, yes. And so, Akufo-Addo's times, the media was really silent. Even if you know the thing is, you are afraid to, except for the few people we know that, yes, that's what these people, like Captain Smart. Even Captain Smart, they even arrested him.
Bongo ideas was here. Bongo ideas was here.
Yeah.
Bongo ideas here.
Oh, yes. Even with Captain Smart, he was at Angel TV. He was firing them. It's got to a time they gave a letter. Yes. They dismissed him. You cannot. But here we are. As he said, Sarkodie, I can't remember this over. He mentioned that he was at Ghanatalksradio. Like the free SHS. The ending part. He mentioned it.
Say, Nyamda free. Now me mabeko free. School free. And then
Ghanatalksradio. You see, and then. As we are in the current system, see, Mahama has only come into power. It is not long, but we can actually see what he's doing. 30 ministers to 23 ministers. I'm not actually saying that yes, he has reduced it, so like something genuine happened. But we are expecting that even though he has reduced the ministers, things will go on well. They have taken they are actually taking a good initiative, and then we are hoping that it will go well. But you coming out to say that we are going back to Gary, it means you are going back to Gary, because when NPP was in power, you were actually benefiting. Maybe when Akufo-Addo was in power, you were going to Kimpiski. I know he has the money to actually do that, but still, even though these celebrities have their money, they still attach themselves to the politicians to get more coins from them. So maybe when NPP was in power, you've been getting like maybe a token every month, you get a token, or every day you get a token. And so since NPP is not in power, you are going back to Gary. So for me, I feel he is going back to Gary Sokins, not we Ghanaians going back to Gary soaking it, because Ghanaians actually went in for what they want. See, it's about time we have to be very truthful and frank about certain things in this country. Yes, let people know that, well, NPP was in power, you spoke for them. As NDC came into power, NDC was in power, you spoke against Mahama, even with things that we see it not to be something very solid. And then when NPP was in power, and then he was doing things that wasn't really good. We've actually experienced hell under Akufo-Addo's government. That was even more than President Mahama's government. And you never said anything. And now that Ghanaians have gone in for people they want, you are now saying that you and who is going back to Gary? He is going. No, he is going back to Gary. He is going back to Gary, not us going back to Gary. And so I will say that. He's actually making me. Okay, so to my last words, we started from. No, you actually confused me. You actually confused me. So our first story was about parents, like father coming back home and stuff. See, I say that there is this proverb in Akan that not every adult gives you advice, and then you are supposed to take that advice. Someone might be an adult but does not actually have, I mean, he's an adult but he's not an adult with wisdom, or he's not an adult embedded with knowledge. And so if that kind of person is giving you an advice, you can actually choose to take it or not. And so we have to be very careful with the kind of counselors we listen to, the kind of motivational speakers, because as you are listening to the person, you are not in his home. He might be counseling you that at 5 don't go home, but as I'm talking to you, maybe 4 cry, he started like having a negotiation with them, maybe manager or any representative in the office that he has to leave because of this, because of that. Maybe he even gets home earlier than that. So we just need to be very careful. And then you should know that family plays a pivotal role in everything. Aside work, see, no matter how far you go, whether you go to abroad, when you're coming back to your home. You are going to meet your family. If you traveled, and then I'm in Accra right now. When I'm going back home. And so family plays a very major role. So we have to be very, very careful. Not every counsel or advice we are supposed to take. And then to Otumfuo's case, I said that what he said was right, but then he said it at the wrong time. I'm not trying to play politics here, but then it's a fact. And then to our last story, yes, since Sarkodie couldn't speak out his mind during Akufo-Addo's time, when things were really bad, when the country was actually in a mess and everybody was talking here and then, we never heard him cough, not even a cough or blinking of the eyes. We didn't actually notice anything like that. Then now that we have a new government and then Ghanaians are of high hope that an improvement or development is about to come, then all those who were actually mute during Akufo-Addo's tenure should also be mute in this current era we find ourselves right now. But I will still emphasize on this. Ghanaians are not going back to eating Gari. He is going back to eating Gari.
All right, thank you very much.